I'm pretty sure nobody on YouTube wants to actually make a video like this. But unfortunately, it just has to be done. It has to be said. We have to report on the news. And I'm not going to say whether or not it's true or false, because we don't know. Obviously, one has to assume by WWE pulling the plug immediately today that it's true. But again, these are just allegations. These are things that have come out against WWE superstar Enzo Amore. In fact, WWE pulled the plug on Enzo Amore today because they just broke the news that they released Enzo. And it's a very big blow. Obviously, the kind of allegations that were made against Enzo, they have no room for society. They have no room for society in 2018. Whether it's true or false, in general, these things should not be happening to people. Obviously, him representing the company as a champion, it makes all the sense in the world for WWE to release him. But, I know a lot of people always say if you're innocent until proven guilty, which makes you really think that WWE pulled the plug because they know things or certain information has not come out. In fact, Sean Sapp from Fightful had basically came out and he said that he was told specifically that Enzo was aware of these allegations but didn't tell WWE about them. Obviously WWE, if I'm going to be honest, the last time I seen WWE be so quick to make an announcement off a scandal or anything like that was maybe Hulk Hogan. We all know the Hulk Hogan scandal, the sex tape and the racist comments. And immediately they released him. I mean, it took WWE a day. They suspended him on the day of Raw 25. The day after, gone. Done. Enzo is gone. Something like this is kind of what gets you removed from the network and from, promos and from highlights and recognition and everything. I'm going to be honest. Enzo Amore had some really good things in WWE. And the people that hated the Cruiserweight division, that started to love the Cruiserweight division when Enzo came through, he got a lot of props for that. But at the end of the day, these allegations are serious and we have no room for them in society. We have no room for that. Regardless if it's Enzo or Billy Bob down the street, it doesn't matter what anybody says. There's no room for this kind of stuff. And it's sad because it keeps happening. You look into Hollywood or sports, entertainment or whatever, and you hear about these sort of allegations. You hear about it a lot in Hollywood. It's just, there's no room for it. So WWE made the right decision, whether it's true or false. These are some serious allegations. So WWE pulled the plug on their current champion. He's gone. He's done. Enzo Amore is not part of the WWE. If it comes out that Enzo did not do this stuff, then you know what? Then that's going to be addressed at a different time by WWE or whatever. As you can imagine, all the dirt sheets, all the media companies, everybody's picking up on this. Bleacher Report, so many different companies, media outlets, they're talking about this. And what they're really talking about is what's happened with Enzo Amore and some of these allegations and things like that. And as far as that goes, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Instead, I'm going to use the last few minutes of today's video to talk to you guys about the future of the Cruiserweight division. I'm going to talk to you guys about maybe WWE's plan and how we can fantasy book this. WWE as a company right now is really struggling with 205 Live. And it clicked in your head, you're probably thinking, Ango, you're lying, because look, they're not struggling. They just did a 3 straight live events and they sold out. They did really well with ticket sales. And you're absolutely right. 205 Live Tour did really well. It was successful. But what about the ratings, the viewership, and some of that serious push behind the show? I don't see it from WWE, unfortunately. I don't. It's not coming from WWE. We've talked about this several thousand times, on the channel about 205 Live and the direction it's headed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Enzo Amore is the reason for 205 Live being great. Did he improve the product? Absolutely. But he didn't make it great. 205 Live has been struggling for a real long time. And more specifically, the Cruiserweight division. This purple belt is a curse. You know, you have Neville walking out, then you have Enzo. It's just... what can you do with this division? I'll tell you what you can do. Scrap 205 Live. Scrap the show. You don't need it. Put the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. That's where it belongs. The Cruiserweight division should have never been on Raw. It never made sense to put that division on Raw. Put it on the blue brand. Okay? Put this division on the blue brand. Get rid of the stupid ass colored gimmicks. The purple belt, the purple ropes, the purple branding, the purple Raw logo. Get rid of it. Stop treating this division like it's something different. Some of the best wrestlers in the world were cruiserweights. It is time for WWE to really change their cruiserweight division. Move them to SmackDown. Let that be one of the big moves that Daniel Bryan announces. Get rid of 205 Live. You don't need the show. Allow these cruiserweights to feel like they're naturally part of the show. Put them in matches against guys that aren't cruiserweights. Don't just subject them to matches with cruiserweights. It just doesn't make sense. You don't have to do that. It's okay if they're in tag matches. The only thing that matters is if you want to qualify for that belt, you are a cruiserweight. Don't limit these guys' potential. It sucks when you look at the 205 Live show and you look at the cruiserweight division and you realize how much change and you know, you see how many things have come out of it when Enzo took over. When Enzo went to this brand, it was like WWE started to push it more and more and more and more. More than they ever did prior. And look at that. This guy didn't even pan out for them. And instead you lost quality talent like Neville. Again, these allegations that were made against Enzo are serious stuff. WWE pulled the plug. They suspended him immediately. The literally next day, he's gone. So if I'm WWE, it's time to focus on the Cruiserweight division. It's time to focus on the future of your company. Get away from this negative stuff. And then from there, that's how you kind of grow your company. That's how you grow your company. Focus on the guys that are working towards bringing you up. It's simple, guys. It's really, really simple. At the end of the day, this is just the way that it goes. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We're still getting more developments, and if we get any more updates, we'll talk about it in a future video. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. It really does not make sense to me. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Again, it sucks. Today's news just really isn't that great. It's negative. Hopefully people, you know, it's one of those things where it's just really hard to talk about. It's a touchy subject, and you know, at the end of the day, it's hopefully people can learn from this. And I guess we'll see what comes out. Any future developments, guys, we'll talk about it on the show. The Slam, and of course, OMG podcast. And, you know, you guys know how it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Enzo Amore has been released by the WWE. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Tango with Tango. Join the discussion. Use the hashtag #TheSlam. And as always, if you have any comments or feedback or anything, let us know. And go ahead and slap that like button.